hopefully you can see this. In this picture here, we have a woman from the Haida in the Queen Charlotte Islands twisting up cordage for use as nets or whatever in the traditional way that they used to do it. This picture was taken in 1975. I don't think too many people know how to do this kind of thing where she lives now, which is actually my neck of the woods. But listen to what the author of this book had to say about this. Fishing lines of the inner cedar bark were common along the entire northwest coast and were used particularly where heavy line was needed. In Old Masset, also called Haida in the Queen Charlotte Islands, I watched the gnarled but deft hands of 74-year-old Hannah Purnell twisting lengths of split inner cedar bark into a 3-strand rope for halibut line, she said in her native tongue. Hannah had already completed about 18 meters, 60 feet of the strong, pliable rope, and I felt a deep admiration and respect for the woman who still maintained the knowledge and skill, and indeed the enjoyment of making useful items from the materials of her environment. Her grandchildren, accustomed to the diesel-powered, electronically equipped fishing vessels with sonar depth sounders, were more familiar with nylon lines and steel hooks mechanically winched in over the side of the boat to bring in a halibut for the fish packing plants. Hannah Parnell knew that her cedar bark line would never feel the pull of the great one coming up against the current, but her experienced hands prepared the cedar bark and made the rope anyway. It seemed to me that it was serving another purpose in another era with just as much meaning. So we got a bunch of stinging nettle here, just on the edge of the road. Got a nice patch of this stuff here. The lawnmower hits it sometimes, but more of a nuisance here than anything, so I won't feel bad about harvesting as much as I wanted this. Then I'm going to go ahead and strip off the leaves. Pare this down for cordage. Stuff that's going on almost 4 feet. Strong. Well, strong. Let's take a look at this. That's some good fiber. It's going to make some good cordage. There's my last, I've got 2 stalks left. That took me actually a couple of hours to reduce all of those stalks to this. That's a pretty good chunk of fiber though. A lot of them are 3, almost 4 feet long too, so of course cordage is the start of a lot of different things. So I'm not going to make this into cordage today. This is as far as I'm going to go with this material. I'm going to store it, and I've got some plans for it, and we'll see what happens. here I am back in my cedar bark shelter. Here I've got my nettle fibers. Just gonna leave that there under cover for a while. Let that dry out, and we'll make use of it. That'll be part 2.